everyone, and welcome to Astro Reads with AMZN. I am AMZN, and today we are doing the July monthly reading for Aquarius. So, Aqua babes, let's see what's going on here. Okay, first we're going to start with a nice general look at things. Then we're going to move into love and romance. Then we're going to move into career and finance. And then lastly, we'll get some advice with my Oracle deck. So let's just get right into it. Like I said, for the Gemini reading, I don't think air signs particularly enjoy Cancer season because of all the emotions that come up. But Aquarius especially, you are really coming to a place where you're understanding how to nurture yourself, and that's what Cancer season really shows us, how to nurture ourselves, how to be better to ourselves in that way. And then when it comes time for us to start our families, how are we going to pass that nurturing on to our families? And even with our families now, understanding what familial things you want to break out of, what familial things you want to keep and cherish and pass down to your own generations. Healing our relationships with our parents, specifically our mothers or any maternal feminine figures in your life, right? And that could be yourself as well. So let's see. Aqua, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. What's the general energy for July? For Aquarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Oh, that's beautiful. I love that this card just flipped out like that. Okay. Oh. Might be coming down this street. Oh. Okay. Aquarius, let me tell you. July looks great for you all so far, okay? We're about to be in the middle of the month if we're not technically in the middle already, but the first card that came out was the Lovers. Now, you may have Gemini placements, or you might be dealing and working with people who have Gemini placements, but like I said about understanding how to nurture yourself, like this is really what July is here for you to do, right? Understanding what it takes to give back to yourself and fill yourself up. You see the mermaid here is staring at herself in the mirror, so giving yourself that love back. You might have been in a really kind of tough emotional spot last month, or just being tested in ways that you might not have been tested before when it comes to self-worth, self-esteem, what you want for yourself, love. And this month you are leaning further into what that means for you. You're leaning further into how do you big yourself up, how do you tap into your emotions and be familiar with yourself in that way and not be afraid of yourself in that way, right? Because you're very logical, you're very spontaneous, you're very sociable, right? Aquarius being ruled by Saturn and Uranus, you have that that kind of like conflicting duality of needing order and structure and also needing spontaneity, change, and rebellion, or just revolution, right? So I feel like this is you finding the balance between those things and coming into what that means for you. What does it mean for you to love yourself? What is your self-worth? How do you define that? What is your self-esteem? How do you define those things? And even if you are in a relationship right now, you are with somebody who is showing you how to be more comfortable with yourself, how to be more vulnerable, how to be more expressive and love on yourself in these ways. And then after that, we have the Ace of Pentacles in reverse. And so, you know, it may feel like you don't have as many opportunities to kind of start creating something new. But in reality, I feel like this is also like just recognizing that you don't have to jump at everything, and also knowing that you can also create these opportunities for yourself. And part of creating those opportunities for yourself is having a certain sense of self-worth, of self-esteem, of understanding, you know, what your intentions are, why you want to do things. So if you feel like things haven't been moving, it's because you still have to figure out what those are for yourself, and that's totally fine, right? Because when you do, you're going to be able to bring yourself out of kind of that melancholy, heartbreak feelings, you know, that sadness that could be plaguing you right now, or that you're navigating through right now with the Three of Swords in reverse, right? You know, you're mourning parts of yourself that no longer align. You're mourning opportunities that you might have missed. You're mourning, you know, situations that just didn't work out. And now you are emerging from that mourning and being ready to move into the next thing. Because at the bottom of the deck, we have you right here front and center with the star. And that means that, you know, you are understanding, like I said, the ways to pour into yourself. Because when you can do that for yourself, then you can water those around you, because you are the water bearer, right? You bring water to people. You bring life to people. So when you are watering yourself and understanding how you fill yourself up, then you can water those around you, and everyone's flourishing. So I really like this, Aquarius. Okay, you guys I like this. All right, so let's move into love and romance next. Okay. What's going on for the single and dating Aquariuses? Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus for July. What is love looking like for single and dating Aquariuses, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus in the month of July? Ooh. Okay, I'm gonna just take all these. Yeah, 3 popped out, so I'll just take those. Okay. Interesting. But I also get it. Okay. We have the 6 of Swords here first. Lots of swords, air. Your level of detachment is astounding sometimes, and it's part of why folks often call Aquarius robotic. They call Capricorns robotic too. Again, it's that Saturn thing where, you know, we are not super openly expressive with our faces or even our tone of voice and stuff like that, but things do get to us still. So with this 6 of Swords here, you know, there's something that you are just sliding on past. You're just moving by it, like you're moving away from it because you recognize it's not for you, or it didn't work out, or that's just not what you want. And so you're just detaching and moving on, right? Because then right after that, we jump all the way up to the Queen of Swords. So you're in this energy where you're like, I don't have time for the nonsense, and I'm not going to sit here and pretend like I want to put up with it. And that's absolutely okay. You know, that is how you kind of weed out the people that do want to waste your time and don't know what it is that they want, or don't have any idea of what they are looking for in you as a partner, or what they want for themselves. Nobody has time for that, right? And you know, sometimes it can come off a little cold. So again, into that like robotic kind of thing, or stereotype of Aquarius, I will say that doing so, like I said, does help you maintain specific boundaries for yourself, so that you don't end up wasting your time with people and inviting people into your space that don't have your best interest in mind, or whatever that may be, right? But I will say that because of you having good, strong boundaries like that, and being very direct with people, like I said, it does come off a little cold, and so it may make it harder for folks to feel like they can approach you, or get to know you and connect with you in a real way. And you might be feeling a little like frustrated by that. And I think that's why we have the Hanged Man here in reverse. This is Pisces card here, so you might have Pisces placements, or you might be dating or dealing with a Pisces. But you know, that frustration can transform into impatience, you know, wondering when you're going to find the partner for you, or wondering why is it taking so long, whatever. And when we become impatient, then that's when we make hasty decisions that end up biting us in the butt. And I just want you to be aware that you know, being strong in your boundaries like that, knowing what it is that you want for yourself, and being able to maneuver past anything that doesn't align with what you want, does put you on a different level of understanding yourself, and it narrows the pool. So, you know, you just have to be really patient for real, right? We have the Knight of Cups at the bottom of the deck, so it's coming, you know, like it's coming, and you're ready for it with the Queen of Wands, right? You are ready to throw it at someone, okay? But you of course want to make sure that this is the right person for you. So have a little bit more patience, you know, just spend more time with yourself still. If you have some healing to do, because I feel like, you know, with the Queen of Swords here, there's maybe a little bit of bitterness or a little resentment. Don't run away from what you're feeling, because that's what I also feel with the Hanged Man in reverse here. Don't run away with what you're feeling. Don't run away from what you're feeling. Give yourself that time to sit with it a little bit more as you are, you know, playing the dating scene right now, and that new love interest is going to come your way. But you just want to make sure that it's the right love interest for you. Okay? So now for committed Aquariuses, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus, in monogamous or polyamorous relationships. What's going on in your love lives? How is love looking for Aquarius, or committed Aquariuses, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus, in the month of July? Let me get one more shuffle. That didn't. One more. Okay. Let's see. Whoop. Okay. What do committed Aquariuses need to be aware of in their relationships? I'm going to take these two out. Okay, well. This is an interesting spread. And it's not a bad one, but it's interesting. So the first card that popped out was the King of Swords, which is so interesting. with the Queen of Swords over here on the single and dating side. If you're into poly relationships, as a single or dating Aquarius, you might be making your way over to a committed Aquarius in a poly relationship who's maybe looking for another partner. So we have the King of Swords here first. The King of Swords popping up here makes me feel like things are going well on paper, right? Things are adding up logically. You both are fulfilling each other's needs. You're able to speak truth to your power and communicate, and that's a wonderful thing. You know, of course, there may be some miscommunications here and there. There may be, you know, again, because Aquarius, you're very sharp with your words. Like I said, there might be a little bit of abrasiveness there, but outside of that, there is this space for communication. There is this space for sharing of ideas and mentalities, of mentally stimulating each other. And then right after that, we have the King of Cups. So it's also very fulfilling in a way that, you know, you feel seen and you feel heard, and it's easier for you to drop your guards. It's easier for you to be vulnerable and compassionate and understanding of your partner or partners, and vice versa, them for you, right? Because you aren't making your partner jump through hoops to figure out what's going on with you. You're speaking that, so it's very easy to have that compassion for you, have that vulnerability present in the relationship. And then after that, you know, we have the Ten of Wands in reverse. So I feel like also with this, I'm getting a little pressure on my head, specifically right here. I don't know if you've been stressing out about something, or if things have been feeling a little heavy. You know, when you speak about that, then you're able to release it. So I feel like with the Ten of Wands here in reverse, whatever may have been weighing down on the relationship, whatever may have been causing, like I said, little conflict, or feeling like it's been you know, kind of not yours to carry, you and your partners are being honest about those things. You are sharing with each other the burden of whatever, or the labor, or whatever it may be, right? You guys are understanding how to do that better for each other, right? And that requires honest and open communication, and that requires compassion and emotional intelligence to be able to have those difficult conversations when they come up, and be like, okay, this is what I need from you, or I need your help with this, and vice versa, right? Yeah. So we have the Hierophant in reverse at the bottom of the deck. So I feel like things are changing up in your relationship too. You know, it can be that the dynamic is changing because there is a new level of vulnerability being achieved, or because, you know, something is being released, something that was, like I said, really kind of weighing on the relationship. That thing is being released, so now there's more room for change, right? And that's what you need, that spontaneity, that stimulation, that different type of energy. You know, things aren't stagnant, or not stagnant. Things aren't predictable, right? Aquarius, you do not enjoy predictable things, even though you are a fixed sign. And like I said, that grapple between Saturn and Uranus, like, you know, wanting structure but also wanting spontaneity, like, you know, you still need those shifts, that flow to be within your relationship. And so I think now that burden is being dropped, that heaviness is being released, now there's more space for changes to occur. Now there's more space for you and your partner or partners to explore new things, to set new standards and boundaries for yourselves, for your relationship, and enjoy each other even more so. This is Taurus's card, by the way, so you might have Taurus placements. Your partner might be a Taurus or have Taurus placements. So, you know, help them, if they do have Taurus placements, help them be okay and show them that it's okay for things to change and that you are there with them and you're doing it together, okay? Not bad, Aqua babes, not bad. Shout out to whoever's playing Freeway right now. Alright. Now we're going to get into career and finance. You know, Saturn is retrograding in Aquarius right now. So, you know, you might be feeling called to make some career changes. You might be feeling called to figure out more innovative ways to make money, because you are the innovator still, right? You are the bringer of revolution. You root for the underdog, all of those good things. You're usually ahead of the curve when it comes to just different mentalities and ideologies and how to go about doing things. So let's see what's going on in your finances and career, Aquarius. Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Ooh, and it's a DJ Clue mixtape. Okay. Yes. My little hip hop heart. Alright, what's going on for the Aquas in career and finance? Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Ooh, y'all are so private. I get it though. Nobody needs to know all your business. What's going on in career and finance for Aquarius? Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. How can Aquarius develop a better relationship with their career and finances? Okay, let's see. Oh, actually, what's at the bottom? Alrighty. Okay, the first card that came out was the Two of Swords in reverse. I feel like, you know, there's something that you've just been going back and forth on, and you might be having difficulty making a decision. You know, the Two of Swords, you have come to this like impasse with yourself, and you're like, okay, well, I have to do something, but you still don't know what that something is, right? So it's kind of like leaving you in this limbo kind of space. And with that, I understand that, you know, it makes it harder to feel secure and feel secure in making certain money moves, making certain investments, you know, getting the ball rolling on certain things. And right after that, with, you know, how to make your relationship with your career and finances better, we have the Seven of Swords. So this also came up for Gemini. And the Seven of Swords here, you know, I feel like, again, you're very innovative. So if you've been kind of like in your fixed nature way, if you've been kind of stuck with, okay, I need to make this decision, but I don't know what, and you're looking at how things are done and, you know, doing your research, and it still isn't like hitting the way that you want it to. It's not like connecting with you the way that you want to. You know, the Seven of Swords is here to tell you to be a little bit more innovative about a little bit more strategic about how you can get these things done, or how you can bring more abundance into your life, right? But again, remember that you still want to do that with integrity. So that still requires you being honest. And the Seven of Swords is an interesting card because, you know, strategy can fall either in a down a manipulative road or down an honest road, where, you know, you're being honest about what it is that you need, what you can and can't do, and seeing what loopholes that you can actually work with that obviously don't harm you or whatever it is that you are looking to create with yourself or with others, right? So use that cunning, use that strategy, put your gears to work here, and recognize maybe a need. Yes, recognize how you can fulfill a need that people didn't know they needed fulfilled, right? Because that's always where the money comes in. It's when you give something to people that they didn't know they needed. So that's what I feel like this is saying for you all, right? And right after that, we have the Devil in reverse. So you may have Capricorn placements, but like I also said, with Saturn being in retrograde, you know, the overall energy here is you are absolutely ready to take yourself out of maybe a lack type of mindset that you could have been carrying, which is why it's still kind of difficult to make a decision right now with the Two of Swords in reverse. You are, you know, taking the time to understand, like, that for the abundance that you want to see, there are things that you have to let go. There are mentalities that you have to take yourself out of, right? There's different thinking that needs to be done, right? With the Seven of Swords here, there's different thinking that needs to be done. But like I was saying, here we have the Wheel of Fortune in reverse also, and this can also be because Saturn and Jupiter are in retrograde. But you know, you don't want to get in over your head about what it is that you're looking to accomplish. And you also, like I said, don't want to move out of scarcity. You don't want to move with a lack of integrity. You know, you're not trying to gyp people, right? And you don't want to get gypped either. So be aware of that. I feel like, you know, you might also have Sag or Pisces placements. This card is representative of Jupiter. So you might have Sag or Pisces placements, and you're, you know, kind of feeling you might be in a fog, right? It may be a little bit difficult to get your footing right now. And again, that's why I feel like that Two of Swords in reverse is up here. But it clears. The fog clears when you are able to recognize what you need to do to get yourself up out of certain mentalities, certain situations, and being honest about those things, right? Because when you're honest, then that's when the smoke clears and you can see what you need to see, right? Yeah. I will say, to be, like I said, to be smart, okay? Because, again, because of that Saturn rulership, we have the Devil here in reverse too. Karma is very, very real for you and for Capricorns, because Saturn is the planet of karma. So remember that whatever you put your energy into, whatever intention that you set into your actions will come back to you. So if you're not being honest, if you're not moving with integrity, that's going to come back to you. And I would really hate to see that happen. Okay, Aquas? All right. And lastly, we are going to move on to the Oracle deck to get any last advice and messages for Aquarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Let's what's going on for Aquarius. Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Any last messages? Any advice for the Aquas? Let's see what pops up for you all. Any advice or last messages for Aquarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus? Okay. Let's see. Initiation. The totem here is a sacred site. The crystal is phenacite, and the number is 16, which breaks down to 7. You know, I feel like this is you coming to the understanding of knowing how abstract things like love and emotions that aren't so black and white but are very nuanced, and how logical things that are very black and white and clear cut, you're understanding how to bridge that connection. A lot of the times I feel like Aquarius placements can forget that love is not black and white, that emotions are not black and white, and they shouldn't be handled in such a way. There's very much a lot of nuance involved with abstract things like that. So you are understanding how to bridge that gap, right? 16 breaks down to 7, and that's what 7 represents, the combination of the abstract and the concrete, and bringing those things together to really create the reality that you want for yourself, and tap into your intuition, tap into your divinity that way, right? Initiate yourself that way by recognizing that both of these things exist within you, and they have to exist within you for you to be balanced, for you to manifest what you want for yourself, and for you to connect with people and make the changes in the world that you would love to see. Okay, Aquarius? Y'all got this. Remember to acknowledge your feelings. There's nothing wrong with doing that. There's nothing wrong with showing vulnerability either, and being more compassionate as well. You can be honest and compassionate at the same time. So remember that, not only with others, but especially with yourself. Okay? I hope this reading resonates. Feel free to leave comments, share with the homies, like and subscribe. If you'd like a personal reading, you can totally book with me. I am open for July. And if you feel inclined to tip, I will leave my info in the description box. I hope this resonated with you all, and I'll see you next month.